Welcome back, Liberty families. We are so happy to be returning in August and welcoming our boys and girls. We have missed you so much. And of course, the purpose of this video is in welcoming you back is also explaining how school will look different this fall. With COVID-19, we want to ensure that we keep all of our precious students just as safe as possible, along with our staff. And so there are some things that we want to address with families so you will be aware of what we're doing to keep your boys and girls safe. One of the things is when we arrive in the morning. We will arrive like we normally do on the west end by the gymnasium. Students will be allowed to enter at 7:30 like they always have. The difference will be that students who are eating breakfast will go directly to the cafeteria. In years past, we've always gone into the gymnasium first, and then if a child was going to eat, they would put down their backpack and go eat. But this year, children that are eating will go directly down to the cafeteria. We will have them spaced every other seat for social distancing. And then once they finish eating breakfast, they will exit out the east end of the cafeteria and go to their classrooms where their teachers will be. Now, for students who are not eating breakfast and they enter the building at 7:30, they will just go to the hallway and we will have children spaced out. We will be taking temperatures as they enter the building as well, moms and dads, so you will know that. And so we will have people taking temperatures. We'll be spacing them out in the hallway. And then at 7:40, students will go into their classroom with their teachers. Anybody coming to eat breakfast at 7:40 or later, they will go into the cafeteria to get their breakfast, but then they will take it to their classroom to eat it. Also, a big difference will be, if you notice, I talked about children going to the cafeteria or to space out in the hallway. We won't be doing Rise and Shine in the mornings, and that's because assemblies where you're talking and singing, those are what they call super spreaders, and a great way to spread that virus. So we will not be doing any types of assemblies this year, or at least until they can come up with a vaccination or something that makes it safe for us to start meeting and doing so. So we won't be having Rise and Shine. Teachers will be doing that with the students in their classroom. They'll be doing flag salutes and the creed. They will be doing that with their students in their classroom instead of in a large assembly area. And that's just so we can keep our boys and girls safe. And for that reason, in the past, I know a lot of our parents have come in and joined us for Rise and Shine. We're asking until we have a solution to the COVID-19 virus that parents not come in the mornings with their students. And that way, it's just one less person in the building, and it's just another way that we have of protecting your child. Face coverings is another thing a lot of people have asked about. And on the face coverings right now that's always changing, and it could change by the time they post this video. But right now, face coverings are encouraged but not mandated. We will have face covered zones within our building. So if it's a time where we're all in the hallway, let's say we're all going to recess and to lunch, and when we're walking in the hallways, we'll always stay on the far right-hand side of the hallway. We have nice wide hallways. That helps us social distance. Students will be arm lengths, so they'll put up their arm, and the person in front of you should be that far ahead of you so they're not clumping up. But also, when it's a time we're all in the hallway, we will be wearing our face coverings. Again, like I said earlier, temperatures will be taken upon arrival to school each morning, whether you're going to breakfast or spacing out in the hallway. All of our classrooms, whether it's the regular classroom, music classroom, art classroom, will all be set up for social distancing this year. In music, sadly, students won't be singing, but they will be playing musical instruments, and we have left time in between classes, so our music teachers can sanitize those instruments in between classes. We covered walking in the hallway, so hydration and restrooms. We are asking that every boy and girl bring a water bottle with them to school each morning, and then we will make sure they take it home with them in the afternoon. And that way you can fill it up and send it back with them the next day, because our our water fountains, for safety purposes of not spreading the virus, will be off limits. We don't want children putting their little mouths on that drinking fountain and then somebody else putting their mouth on it and somebody in line having the virus and not knowing it. That would be a quick way to spread it. So please send a water bottle. You can get one that's refillable and just rinse it out and clean it and refill it each morning before they come to school. On our restrooms, to cut down so much traffic in the restroom, we are very blessed at Liberty in that kindergarten through second grade all have restrooms within their classrooms, and they will be using those restrooms. We have 3 other restrooms throughout our building. Third grade will be assigned one restroom. Fourth grade will be assigned another restroom in a different area of the building. And fifth grade will be assigned a restroom in the other area of the building. And our custodian will also be cleaning those restrooms much more often. Not that they weren't cleaned well in the past, but we're going to be even more diligent in cleaning them more often this year and cut down on the different number of boys and girls that are in the restroom. Lunch and recess is another question that a lot of parents have. How are we going to do lunch and recess? For lunch, we are spacing that out so that we don't have multiple grade levels in the lunchroom at the same time, especially with our younger boys and girls. We will be entering the cafeteria from the east end, and when we leave, we'll be leaving on the west end. So if we were to accidentally be leaving a few minutes while another class is trying to get in there, we're not crossing each other. The class that's leaving is leaving on one end of the cafeteria while the other class is coming in. We're also social distancing by we've got every other seat. We're spreading out the tables even farther so that classes and boys and girls aren't as close to one another. Another thing is recess. We're going to divide up our recess a little bit differently in that kindergarten, first and second grade, we're going to play on the playground in front of the school. And each classroom will have their tub of toys that they will take out, and those will be sanitized each day, ready for them to play with the next day. They will be allowed to play on the equipment, and the equipment will be sanitized throughout the day as well. And they have gotten us a nice little spray thing that we get to spray it off. Kind of think about how they do our carts at Walmart. That's how we'll be doing our playground equipment. Third, fourth, and fifth grade will be playing on the playground behind the school, and they will be playing in zones. We have a nice, huge playground out there, so they'll either be assigned like the volleyball 4-square area or the track along with the playground equipment or the basketball and some other 4-square area, and so that the children are more spread out and not on top of each other while they're outside playing. Another thing I want to talk about is contact information. One thing that we have to deal with quite often in our schools is that if a child gets sick or there's an emergency or something, our information in the parent portal not being up to date, and so sometimes it can take us a while to get a hold of a parent. We would really ask that you keep that updated this year, to either go in the parent portal and update it yourself, or if you don't have access to a computer and able to do that, if you will just call Mrs. Hubbard at Liberty, our secretary, she would be more than happy to take that information for you and get that in for you so we can have updated information. Because when a child is running a fever or sick, we will have an isolation room for them to keep them away from the other boys and girls. But the sooner we can get you to the school and picking them up, the better. So we just ask that you please keep that updated this year. And finally, departure. When we leave in the afternoon, to keep it safe, we are staggering departure times by a couple of minutes so that we won't have so many children in the hallway leaving the building at the same time. And hopefully that will keep us from clumping up. And as we go, if we need to space it out a little bit more than what we have, we will. But the thing is, we want to get the students out the door to you for pickup as expeditiously as possible. But we also want to keep them safe as well and keep them from clumping up. One thing I would like to visit with parents about is on August 17th, we are doing our meet and greet the teacher. We will have tables set up outside for each teacher in each grade level. Those of us who are not regular classroom teachers will be outside also with classroom lists, and we can help direct you to your teacher's table so your child can wave. We ask that we not give hugs just because of the social distancing, but we can give high fives in the sky, and we can give elbow bumps. And I know that they want to lay their eyes on their teacher. I know you want to lay your eyes on the teacher that your student will have, and they will also have important information to give to you at that time. We will have it from 5 to 6:30 on August 17th. So we look forward to seeing you. So this is all I have to share with you. I'm sure there will be more information. There will be a document that's even more in detail up on our Facebook page and on our school website. So please refer to that. And thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on August 19th. Thank you.